Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Tomi Lahren Comedy Hour. Because we know that when grifters gotta grift, they're gonna grift. So we're gonna stop the grift. That's the challenge today. Stop the grift. We've gotta get them to stop the grift. Oh, the Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl? Well, huh? Yeah, I just saw it. That's funny. That's cute. Yeah, that's funny. Ooh, punted the ball. That's good to hear, at least. Why aren't greasy Gavin Newsom and pals being honest and transparent about COVID, California's COVID situation? Tommy, Tommy, such a pretty, dainty, precious little blonde white woman. Tommy, didn't you spend the entirety of like a good portion of the pandemic's beginning saying that the shit was fake? That Dr. Bricks interview has you in your feelings this morning. Why aren't you saying Biden won the election? Fair questions both. Why can't any Republican speak without childish name calling? I mean, the Democrats do that a little bit too, but like quid pro quo, like tit for tat. Your name calling reminds me of being in third grade. Why can't you be honest and transparent that you actually do see color? Be best for the next 4 years. Every time. Every time. Greasy. Every time. Every time I think about that picture. So there's a Dr. Burks interview. So let's look that up.
Trump appreciated. Do you think President Trump appreciated the gravity of the health crisis you were describing?
I think the president appreciated the gravity in March. It took a while after I arrived in the White House to remove all of the ancillary data that was coming in. I mean, there was parallel data streams coming into the White House that were not transparently utilized. And I needed to stop that. Where people
You mean outside advisors?
Outside advisors coming to inside advisors, and to this day, I mean, till the day I left, I'm convinced there were parallel data streams because
Disinformation.
I saw the president presenting graphs that I never made. So I know that someone out there or someone inside was creating a parallel set of data and graphics that were shown to the president. I don't know to this day who, but I know what I sent up, and I know that what was in his hands was different from that.
Okay, it's so great for you to be speaking up now. I know that the comment, like the literal tweet says it, but it's so great for you to be saying that now when in real time you weren't speaking out against him. Like, I hate this. I hate this martyrdom. I hate this dumbass martyrdom where we all sit there and say, oh, it's great that you're deciding to tell us now. It's great that you're deciding to like really walk with us like now. Like, no, not at all. Take the L. Like, you were part of this. You were a part of that shit, and I'm never gonna let you forget that. Like, so you did know there were lies. You did know. You could have whistle blew. You could have whistle blew. If POTUS was presenting false data, your duty was to speak up then, even if it meant getting fired, to save literal lives. But we knew exactly who you were the day you began with under the excellent, intelligent leadership of President Trump. So maybe Dr. Burke should explain why she didn't set the record straight when she saw this. Of course she won't, because she was more committed to keeping her job than actually doing it well. Joe Biden has a Rolex watch and it's pissing people off. That shit got me so heated. Oh, there was an article. Oh, does Joe Biden's watch actually uh, uh, um, talk to? There's a better word for it, but does it talk to the working class? Does it show he's in solidarity with the working class? Trump had like mad affairs, bro. Like, pick a topic. Just FYI, Dr. Brooks wore a different Hermes scarf every fucking day while she told us not to worry about a pandemic that was killing us. If Dr. Brooks had an ounce of integrity, she'd expose how batshit crazy wrong Trump was 300,000 American deaths ago. Too late to rehabilitate a useless scarf image now. Big facts. Big facts. So, Tomi Lahren. Come on, Tommy. Now all of a sudden it's time to be honest and transparent about California's COVID situation. You was spouting out the lies that Donald Trump was fucking working through. The Chicago teachers have voted. They're not showing up to teach in person tomorrow morning. Good. Good. Chicago Teachers Union votes to refuse to show up to work. Good. And of course, you're going to get mad detractors. Been a teacher for 14 years. Unless the schools they work for are not providing adequate safety measures, then this is just embarrassing. They're not providing adequate safety measures. I'm just telling you that off rip. We are one of the only professions that has been paid through all of this and hasn't had to adapt to new workplaces. Go to work and teach. Do they not forget schools were closed and you had to teach online? What? Send them unemployment instructions. Yo, y'all literally don't give a shit about us, yo. Like, y'all really don't. This pandemic has shown teachers don't do it because they love the kids. A lot of teachers have shown their true colors. What? A child's in-person education is essential. What? If they aren't teaching socialism, nah, I can't let this go. I can't let this go. And Tomi Lahren retweeted this, so you know I can't let this shit go. Hold up. Wait. So most departments of education left their teachers out to dry, as they normally have by defunding education for the last 50 years. Now, when we don't get proper work environment protections during a pandemic where a virus is raging the land, we should just shut up and go to work. It shows that y'all don't really think of us as anything but glorified babysitters. That's pain. This pain different. This different pain. We don't love to see that, Jackie. We hate to see that. Jackie. That's crazy. I'm praying to God that all of those are just troll accounts. I'm praying to God that that's all just troll accounts. Stop paying them. I bet they go back to work in a hurry. So I'm glad. I know I'm going to find detractors here. If you want teachers on the job, treat them with respect and vaccinate them now. This is common sense. I shopped at Walmart today. Pretty confident my cashier was not vaccinated and she is taking a bigger risk than a teacher for a lot less money. You're saying the thread in your head through your ears, and like somehow the important information is not sticking in there. You can social distance in a supermarket, literally with the wall up, and be in your own bubble. You cannot do that with children. Okay, the cashier is in a small isolated room with up to 30 potentially infected students. Think before you add additional idiotic comments to a thread. Do you think the cashier has a choice? I don't think the majority of the working class ever did. Lockdown primarily was to protect the upper class. Yo, the people who use Walmart as some kind of proof always prove they're morons.
I want you. Because I'm white, she asked me to leave the property.
Because I'm white, you asked me to leave the property. I can immediately look at you and be like, it's the mask.
It is because I'm
Copium overdose.
Don't tell me no, get off my split them down and leave now or you're going to jail. Okay, where are you pointing your finger at me for? I'm just wanting to know why she asked me to leave the property. Because I'm white. Because I'm white.
Walmart shoppers is super. They're hiding behind, got that union protect them. They ain't got to go back to work till they're ready. Probably getting full pay to stay home. They might not ever go back. That's not true. That's not true. They're hiding behind safety concerns when in reality they just want to work from home in their slippers. As if the kids wouldn't also be home in their slippers learning. with the safety of knowing that if you do, if your parent gets COVID, if your uncle gets COVID, if somebody stops by and gives both of y'all COVID, you won't bring that shit to a school where it'll infect 30 other kids and then they bring it home to their parents. And then you have a whole district-wide spread. Are these people just stupid? Like, are these people just fucking dumb? Teachers' unions are the absolute worst thing to happen to the American education system. What? I've been teaching a full classroom of students since August. These unions are terrible for education and terrible for children. Me too. Absolutely no reason schools shouldn't be open. We are outside of a major population center. We've had some cases, but those kids go home for a couple weeks and return. We have more kids missed for contact tracing, and not a single one ever develops symptoms. What the fuck? What the fuck? Teachers overall are the laziest people in the world. They choose a profession where they have 2.5 months off in the summer. That's not always true. 2 weeks at Christmas. 2 weeks? We only get 1 week. What the fuck? What school did you go to? A week in spring and numerous other holidays. Altogether, they probably work 8 months in a year, then want to complain about their pay. They knew what they were getting into. Yo, this is cancer. This is cancer. This is straight up terrible. This is anyone else thinking teachers are just loving their remote vacation? It's harder to teach remote than it isn't. If you come into this chat, if you watch this VOD, if at any point you ever agree with any of these points about how hard teachers have to work to deliver an education to your dumbass kids and say some shit like this, fuck off. That's my end of that segment. Yo, I almost don't even want to go through the rest of Tomi Lahren shit because it dragged me into this hateful like pit of what? This makes the rest of us teachers who want to work look bad. Yeah, this guy knows what he's talking. Compared to many other careers, teachers are relatively safe to be teaching in what other careers? I gotta ask now. You're teachers make like $40K a year. Trust me, I bet they don't hurry back. It's the most underappreciated profession in America. True. Non-tenured teachers may make $40K a year, but not those who have been at it a while. It pays far better than many professions in this area. I know several elementary PE teachers who made six figures. Physical education teachers have a certain tether on the education system, and I'm not even going to begin to go into that, but just trust me. Do not use PE teachers as your bar. Don't do it. Don't do it. You get buried in an instant. They're still getting paid. My job only pays me if I show up, get a new job. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not gonna read that. We're not gonna watch that. Let's face it, these next 4 years are gonna be a cuddle fest, and those who dare do their jobs and question the Democrats will be canceled, silenced, and shamed. Next, with Judge. What? They gave you the third string time. I'm old enough to remember the president calling the press who dare to do their jobs the enemy of the people. But that was way back when you were relevant. How can someone complain for 10 years, for 8 years straight? When is she ever happy? She's going for the world record. Crybabies. I'm literally afraid to tweet anymore because I got so much invested in my Twitter. It's a sad world. 11 tweets in one day. Must be super scared. That obviously went all over your day. You're being sarcastic. You was getting ratioed. I bought into it. Cuddlefest, weren't you just saying a few weeks ago anarchist terror was going to overrun and destroy America? Yeah. What happened to that? Joe Biden is going to take your guns. What happened to all the cities are going to burn down and the Democrats are going to applaud it? None of that shit happened. As a matter of fact, we got more instances of police brutality and systemic racism and systemic inequality not being addressed in the first few days. What happened? I thought this was Joe Biden's America, where all the cities burned down. None of that shit happened. None of that shit came to pass, and she's still running her mouth. The media's love affair with Biden is so cringeworthy it'd make Obama blush. I'll discuss with Judge Janine in 15 minutes on Fox News. Nobody cares. The radical notion that Americans come first in our own damn country is dead and gone. R.I.P. America first. There you go with your dog whistle. So if you want all Americans to come first and not just the ones that are white, don't bitch when Americans demand better health care, increased wages, climate control, justice reform, and much more. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, yay, hey, yay, hey, yay. Oh, it's all about the illegal immigrants. All they want to do is help out illegal immigrants. Well, if we make illegal immigrants legal, then wouldn't they be Americans? Oh, you must mean white Americans. U.S. citizens have always come first, Tommy. What are you really saying here? I'm still on that teacher tweet. Oh, that makes me so nasty. Like, that's what you really think of us at, like, the core? Like, that's what you really think of us at core? That we're lazy? Like, teachers are lazy? We pay for everything out of pocket. The damn state don't give a shit. We pay for all of our shit out of pocket. You're fucking bugging. You're fucking bugging. You're bugging right now if you think that's true. All right, this one we already unpacked in a previous tweet. The liberal elites are not going to suffer from their open border illegal immigrant coddling policies, but average Americans will. America first died with Biden's inauguration. Okay, you're just full of shit. Good for the reporter who just asked why Biden didn't wear a mask at the Lincoln Memorial. Paskey says he was celebrating in response. We have bigger issues to worry about in this moment in time. Trump was practically labeled a murderer for his horrible example. Okay, there's a difference between wearing a mask not at one place and literally saying masks do not matter. He signed a mask mandate. If he doesn't do it himself, sure, that's hypocritical. But there's literally a reason for why Trump was, these fucking hyperbole. He is literally seen wearing a mask at all of the times when Trump never did. If this is the best you guys have, you are screwed. He was vaccinated, tested that very day, and was a massive outdoor space with literally nobody around him. Trump literally threw super spreader events. He has been vaccinated, but you are correct. This was a mistake, and she apologized for the last of not setting the best public example of what to do. Oh, that's good. That's good. We aren't going to coddle them and pretend this was remotely the same. He was tested, wore a mask all day, was by himself in a huge space far away from everybody. It's not the same, they know it, but look, the oppressed Trumpies need news. Let them have their dumb news. Yep. This new administration is prepping to hand over our country to illegals, and the only thing you leftists care about is Bernie Sanders and his freaking gloves. Wake up. We're back to the wake up portion of Tomi Lahren's fucking etiquette. Waiting for all the Democrats to denounce or even acknowledge the violent insurrectionist leftists in Portland and Seattle. I think you need a definition of the word insurrectionist. It's not you. It started with cancel culture. Now it's compliance culture. Buckle up. The 4-year fight for the First Amendment just started. Y'all know I got an angry tweet. Y'all know I got an angry tweet all the time. Biden didn't run on free-for-all bathrooms. What the fuck is a free-for-all bathroom? Yo, people really sit there and they'll be like, I don't want transgender people using the wrong bathroom. I'm like, do you care about that when people walk into your bathroom? That shit is unisex, right? You don't care if a man or a woman walks in your bathroom. You got men and women bathrooms in your house? You got a problem, bro. The Green New Deal or open borders, but shockers, that's what we are getting. The left has cultivated a silencing and compliance mechanism wherein anyone who dares to criticize the Biden administration will be falsely deemed an insurrectionist. Too bad. I can promise you I will not be quiet. Yeah, you never shut the fuck up. All I'm asking is for you to shut the fuck up. Why did he label this Antifa? I really don't feel like Antifa waves American flags. Is that a QAnon flag? Oh no, that's an anarchy flag. Okay, maybe. Let me see if anybody got this. Except, of course, nobody tried to overthrow a government, assassinate, and hang government leaders. See the difference? No indication who these people are or what they are against from this clip. Let's move on to a role we tell the truth. We don't know what it is. Let's wait. Of course, they're going to get their, somebody's going to jump down their throat and say, you did the same thing when it was fucking Trump supporters. Like, you still can't, like, they really tried to say it was Antifa at the Capitol. Okay. Wow, trash cans got knocked over. How will they ever be able to get the trash bins to stand upright again? You call the knocking over 5 garbage cans Biden's America, and everyone will call the insurrection of the Capitol and the murder of a cop Trump's America. Pretty sure you said that's how it works. Oh my God. Oh my God. One of Biden's first executive orders should be to prohibit the airing of Fox News, Newsmax, or OANN and any federally owned property or any military unit installation, and remove it from any cable plans that are offered in government-owned businesses or housing complexes. Look, it's the loving and tolerant left at it again. Goodbye, First Amendment. Nah, I kind of agree. Yeah, I was thinking about this article actually. Wow. I've reached my limit of free articles. That's a bitch. All right, but yeah, literally. Yeah. It literally lied and got somebody it was about the family of a murdered man. I forgot the details, but I remember this article. Why should the government give more viewership to companies that love to broadcast division and misinformation? Yeah, if you guys left the fucking Trump train and stopped trying to hype up the insurrection, then perhaps we wouldn't want to be like, okay, maybe we should. You know, you can still watch that shit on your phones, right? They just don't want to like pay for that. Now show the ones from the nuts on the right wishing death already to the new POTUS. If I see them, I assume you see twice that much. So I know there are a lot of people upset today. You guy laws, I know it sucks. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to say, fuck your feelings. Propaganda outlets that need to be silenced because they brought out those domestic terrorists to the Capitol. Yep. Is this any more outrageous than Trump on multiple occasions declaring that our free press is the enemy of the people simply because they reported on his lies to the American people? I don't recall you ever saying that foretold the end of our First Amendment. Yep. The people that drink liberal tears. Yep. So that's Tomi Lahren is just a figurehead to gain notoriety in this fucking world. Like that's all she is at this point. They're censoring us. Help. They're censoring us. Please help. Please help. Help me, please. Help me, please. Help me, please. All right, that guy responded. I am an elementary school teacher. I have 19 students in one room, spaced apart, wearing masks all throughout the day. Students wash and sanitize multiple times and do not interact with any of the students throughout the day. I feel safe, but I don't speak for all. Yeah, that's my point. You're so specific. That case is so specific that it almost doesn't matter. No one in New York City is getting that. Overwhelmingly a majority. I'm truly here to sorry about your colleagues, but I'm certainly not going to compare my experiences with a healthcare frontline worker. The fact remains that I have a job to do virtually and in person. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say this. Sorry, brother. Can't let you have it. All right. Thank you for visiting the Tomi Lahren Comedy Hour. Shall we move on?